Welcome to 108 Gate. We're doing the Gemini March 2024 reading. Hope you're well. Seems to be a lot of pressure, a lot of pulling, a lot of indecision. So there's certain things that have been clarified to be appropriate in one way, but that's not how you possibly expected it to be clarified. So on some level, you're going to have some relief of this information coming in, because it's going to provide you with a new insight. It's going to provide you with a new way of adapting to things, which I think a lot of you Geminis can benefit from. So there was something that was hovering around that's been bringing in some difficulty. It's been bringing in some heavy kind of weight on your mind, on your heart, on your shoulders, and you've decided that I can't carry on the way I am right now with this particular subject, with this particular relationship, with this particular thing that's happening. So you're shifting and changing your perspective to make sure that you're able to move forward. And as I'm saying that, there's a real pressure in the third eye and just above the nose. So it's just near the third eye, but it's not actually at the third eye. There's a lot of shifting that needs to happen so you can access more of your third eye potential. So then you're going to have a different function, a different way of functioning. The reason I'm hesitating is because it's like you're wanting to step forward without taking the step. There's a hesitation because you're not quite sure what the outcome is, and in that is stopping you from taking that next step forward that's required. The issue with this is you don't want to backtrack. So normally the Eight of Cups is going towards something, but because the Knight of Wands is going this direction and the energy of it is feeling as though you're backtracking towards something, so when you're making that progress and seeing things in a different light, you're seeing things in a different way, and you're making that progress and moving away from the old way of thinking about things. As you're doing that, something is going to pull you back, or you're going to be pulling someone else in. You're going to try and pull someone back in. And the energy that's around this, the advice, if you want, around this is saying don't pull back what you've just let go of, or don't pull back something that doesn't want to be there. So it's like you can't force someone to be in a position or do something that you want them to do, but they don't. So this is going to take a lot of compassion. You've got the Ace of Cups here. There's some kind of advice coming in. There's some kind of words coming in that you heard before and you felt like you should be taking it. Interestingly, you felt like you should have been taking their advice. You should have been listening on some level. But you're identifying now that they didn't have all of the information about you when they were giving that information. They weren't giving you the chance to kind of figure things out yourself. So now you're figuring things out yourself. Yes, you feel motivated to move forward and to step forward, but something keeps coming back, and either you keep trying to hook onto it because you're not feeling safe in taking that step forward, or something's going to be hooking onto you to try and keep you in a specific space. The courage required here is going to help you a lot. There's like I'm sure you can probably hear it in my voice. It's like but like you're trying to step forward, but something's stopping it. It's trying to step forward, but something's stopping it. It's like you don't want to completely turn your back on something because you don't quite know how it got to this point. Focus on the new expressions. Focus on the new things that are coming in. Focus on the new emotions that are going to become available to you. So when you're walking back to things, that's not an indication of where you want to be. Like normally that's a good thing that you're walking away from certain things. Eight of Cups, it is, but this feels like it's going back in a loop, like back in a loop and back in a loop. Like this one is kind of facing that way, even though it's sitting that way, legs are that way, they're facing that way. Knight is facing that way, looking that way. this one is looking that way. It's just like the Hierophant is looking at you. You need to take accountability of what this is. You need to take responsibility of what the next steps are. You can't have someone else tell you what to do. And I feel like the King of Cups was somebody who basically you turned to for advice, or you turned to for support, and that support wasn't exactly in your favour. There's something definitely coming, that tugging and pulling is coming in, because there's something you're remembering that you missed. There's something you're remembering that you really felt a lot of strong, hearty, happy, possibly momentum for. Your emotions start running when you think about this person or these things that happened. This is not going to be an easy thing to overcome, because the depth of the emotions, the depth of the communication was really, really deep. It was intense. It was substantial. It was a big part of your life, but now it's coming to an end. It's finished. It's not there anymore. So you have to shift and change from it. It's not even a do you need to or do you want to, is that you have to, because you're going in the opposite direction to where you're supposed to be heading. You're heading this way toward the sun shining, illuminating the path. Knight of Wands, take the step that way. Eight of Cups, don't go back into the nostalgia, don't go back into missing certain things that you don't need. Again, that same kind of vibe, that same kind of signal of walk into the place that feels like it's more loving. And it's not that whatever you're walking away from or left behind or have parted from didn't love you or didn't care about you. It's just that the love isn't there now the way you wanted it to be. So for example, if, I don't know why I'm seeing it like this, but if you had an old cottage or an old home or an old house or something, and it had to be sold because they were developing there, they were developing flats or whatever it is, or you had a playground that you used to visit when you were a child and they've developed something there, so now you've gone back and it's like, oh my goodness, like it's all been developed. You can't even see any evidence of the old playing field or the old playground that you used to have so many fond memories of. You had so many hours of joy there, but there's no physical, tangible evidence of it anymore because the new development. So this is why I'm saying it's not a matter of should you let go or not. It's that you've got to let go because it's no longer there in the context in which you're stuck in the memory of it. The memory can move with you. The warm feelings can move with you. But there's something here, Gemini, that means that you're not allowing yourself to move from it. Find that new flow of love. Find that new inspiring love. The King of Cups, it feels like it's a bit linked to the past thing here. You wanted certain things to be a particular way. You expect certain things to be a particular way, but the Page of Cups feels like it's bringing in something new and fresh. The Ace of Cups confirming that if you keep going in the correct direction for you, there will be a new abundance of love, a new flow of love. And I think you know that. It's just sometimes it's not as easy to leave those things behind that you've had so clearly dear to you for so long. So the Six of Wands here showing that you go in this direction, you let go of those things. Let those, it's like, I want to say let those people get on with their lives. So it's like, interesting now I actually heard this. So if you are connecting with the place where the playground was, for example, and you keep going back to that place and expecting to see, or do you just want to keep reminding yourself of that memory, of that place, of the vibe you had, of the joy you had as a child or whatever it was, a younger self. There's going to be certain people that are already now established in their life there. It's about letting the other people get on with their life without you kind of hovering around that energy, hovering around that space. You're going to have to come out of that space and let them kind of get on with their life. It's a really haunting kind of energy, to be honest. Let them get on with what they got to do, and you get on with what you've got to do, because you've got lots of choices and lots of options coming up. Some of them may seem really obvious, some of them may be a bit more subtle. It's about you now sifting out where is the opportunity. You either have the opportunity to pine over something and be stuck and lost in the past of nostalgia of something, or you come out of it and move forward towards where you're heading, towards where you've got more flow of love. You've got a different kind of love flowing here. You've got a substantial flow of love which is bringing you to a victory. This victory is about you overcoming this nostalgia. There's nothing wrong with nostalgia, but when you keep yourself stuck and locked in it, that you can't move on from it, that's not going to be working for your benefit. So Gemini, join me if you like join me if you like daily readings. We have a daily reading, and also there is a link in the box below for tuning forks. So they're really short meditations. I'm in the process of getting some more stuff sorted out, so there'll be more coming in, longer ones, and also guided meditations. So subscribe, hit the bell, and enjoy your March. Peace and love.